Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Tour. My name is Alex, and I am very happy you are here with us today.
And I am Maya. Thank you for joining us again. If you are learning English and sometimes feel nervous while speaking, this episode is especially for you.
Today we are talking about something many English learners struggle with: speaking English under pressure.
Yes, situations like job interviews, public speaking, presentations, or important meetings.
Moments when your heart suddenly beats faster.
Your hands feel cold.
And then, something strange happens.
Your English disappears.
If that has ever happened to you, do not worry. You are not alone. And the good news is, this problem can be trained and improved.
Let us begin with an important truth. When you are under pressure, you do not actually forget English. Your brain simply changes its priority.
Exactly. When you feel stress, your brain enters survival mode. It focuses on danger, not language.
Your brain starts thinking, "This is an important moment. Do not make mistakes."
And because of that, something very common happens. You begin translating every thought from your native language into English.
Your speaking becomes slower.
You start checking grammar in your head.
And sometimes you stop speaking completely.
Pressure increases the habit of translation. So today we are going to talk about how to reduce translation and think directly in English, even in stressful situations.
Many learners believe that if they know more vocabulary, they will become confident speakers.
But in most cases, that is not the real problem. You already know enough English words to communicate basic ideas.
The real challenge is mental speed under stress.
When pressure appears, your brain automatically returns to your native language because it feels safer.
So our goal is simple. We want your brain to feel that English is also safe, even in stressful moments.
Let us imagine a job interview. The interviewer asks a very simple question. Tell me about yourself.
It sounds like an easy question, but inside your mind, something else happens.
Your brain says, "This is important. Do not fail."
Then the process becomes slow. First you think in your native language. Then you translate into English. Then you check the grammar. And finally, you speak very slowly.
Instead, we want a different process. You hear the question. You think in English. And you speak in English.
Before interviews, many people try to memorize full answers.
This strategy is actually risky, because if you forget just one word, the entire sentence collapses.
A better strategy is to remember the structure, not the script. For example, if someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," you can organize your answer in 4 simple parts. First, talk about your present situation. Then briefly mention your past experience. Next, explain your strengths. Finally, share your future goals.
You do not memorize sentences. You simply remember the structure and explain it naturally.
To build confidence, you need to train your brain step by step. First, practice in a comfortable environment. Speak alone. Choose common interview questions and answer them for about 2 minutes.
Do not stop speaking, even if you make mistakes. The goal is flow, not perfection.
Next, increase the pressure slightly. Record yourself while speaking. Stand up while answering questions. Standing creates physical energy, similar to real interviews.
Finally, try realistic simulations. Ask a friend to ask you random questions without preparation. This trains your brain to think quickly in English.
Now let us talk about public speaking. Many people fear public speaking, even in their own language.
And when the speech is in English, the fear becomes even stronger.
You are worried about grammar.
You are worried about judgment.
But here is the truth. Most listeners care more about your message than your grammar.
Clarity is far more important than perfection.
Before any presentation, prepare a few strong sentences that you can always say with confidence. These are called anchor sentences. For example, today I want to share 3 important ideas. Let us begin with the first point. In conclusion, I would like to leave you with this thought.
Whenever you feel nervous, return to one of these anchor sentences. They help stabilize your thinking.
When people panic, their breathing becomes fast. Fast breathing makes the heart beat faster, and a racing heart makes thinking more difficult.
Before answering a difficult question, pause for a moment. Take a slow breath. Breathe in slowly for 2 seconds. Then breathe out for 2 seconds.
This small pause makes your mind clearer. And remember, silence is not weakness. Sometimes silence shows confidence.
At some point, you will forget a word while speaking English. That is completely normal.
Instead of freezing, use helpful phrases. You can say, "Let me explain it in another way," or "What I mean is," or even, "It is similar to."
These expressions give you time to think and continue speaking smoothly.
When answering questions under pressure, do not try to build perfect sentences in your head. Instead, think in structure.
For example, if someone asks about a challenge you faced, you can follow a simple flow. First explain the situation. Then describe the problem. After that, talk about the action you took. Finally, share the result.
This structure keeps your answer organized and natural.
Some people speak too fast when they are nervous.
Others speak too slowly because they are afraid of mistakes.
The goal is a calm rhythm. Speak at about 80% of your maximum speed.
This pace sounds confident and controlled.
Many learners think, people are judging my English. But a better thought is, I am sharing useful information.
When you focus on your message instead of yourself, the pressure immediately decreases.
Here is something very important to remember. Most listeners do not analyze every grammar detail.
They simply understand the meaning of what you say.
So if you make a small mistake, just continue speaking. Confidence is often stronger than perfect grammar.
Sometimes you may completely lose your train of thought.
That is okay. Professionals experience this too. You can say something like, "That is a great question. Let me think for a moment."
Or you can say, "I want to organize my thoughts so I can give a clear answer."
These sentences give you time to think without looking unprepared.
Before interviews or presentations, close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself speaking clearly. Imagine answering questions calmly. Imagine smiling and feeling confident.
Your brain responds strongly to visualization. It reduces fear and increases confidence.
Here's an interesting idea. Nervousness and excitement feel very similar in the body. Both create a fast heartbeat and high energy.
Instead of saying, "I am nervous," try saying, "I am excited."
The physical feeling is the same, but the interpretation changes your performance dramatically.
True confidence comes from repetition. The more you experience pressure, the less powerful it becomes.
Join speaking groups. Volunteer to present ideas. Practice answering questions regularly.
Over time, your brain becomes comfortable speaking English even in stressful situations.
One day, something surprising will happen. You will finish a presentation, and suddenly you will realize
You did not translate.
you responded naturally,
You answered questions smoothly.
and you stayed calm.
That is the moment when you know your English brain has become stronger.
If speaking English under pressure is difficult for you right now, listen carefully. Pressure is not your enemy. Avoiding pressure is the real enemy.
Every time you face a challenging English situation, you grow a little stronger.
Fluency is not built in comfort. It is built through challenge.
So the next time you feel nervous speaking English, smile. It means you are growing.
That brings us to the end of today's episode of English Tour. We hope the ideas we shared today will help you think in English more confidently during interviews, meetings, and presentations.
If you want to practice these techniques, we have included a list of simple speaking exercises that you can do at home, at work, or even while traveling.
Please check the description below this episode. You will find several practice activities there.
Practice regularly, stay curious, and keep challenging yourself.
Confidence in English is not a talent. It is a skill you can train.
We believe in you.
And we will see you in the next episode of English Tour.
Keep speaking, keep growing, and keep thinking in English.